Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. Just doing a little late night Terra. As per usual, I didn't go live until I found a match, because matches have been really hard to find. So I am in a game, and I'm just going to jump right over to the game board and break down the setup. Recognize Rusty Meeple, but don't know the rest of these players. It's towards the end of the season, so I think a lot of folks are starting to play around with Fjords a little bit. Second seat, Stormlings are in. Interesting. It's a fun track. Big buildings, stack TPs into dwellings, towns. A bunch of early workers, mid-game spades, sort of stacked up on the air called here early, which is kind of nice. Second seat does get a decent pass tile. Second seat either gets possibly the first priest to air or worker power. First seat, Swarmlings, is just going to get these cult coins, which will come with a worker on there. Obviously, witches could be interesting here. You could just go for a stronghold witches game. Stronghold, maybe even delay your temple till round 3. And then just try to sort of just make smart economic decisions throughout the game. Maybe even squeak out 3 towns. That could be fun. Cult rewards are good, but I don't think cultists are particularly strong here. I'm not a huge fan around 6 towns. Darklings can do okay around 6 town stuff, and they probably just hit this event. And then they temple here. And then they just delay their town. So Darklings could kind of work, actually. Darklings in second seat probably get worker power. I can see someone just wanting to take the priest, which is fine. Could just throw in Darklings, though. I'm wondering if Darklings might just get tossed in anyhow, and if I should throw in something I'm more familiar with. Something that I'd like to play but that others might not. But really there's not much coming to mind. I guess Nomads. What's interesting about Nomads here? I guess we'll just throw in Darklings. Feels kind of cheesy, but there aren't a ton of points on the pass tile, so usual, like, Nomad shenanigans don't seem amazing. I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna make, sorry about that. I'll get the game back. Just making a post in some Discord to let people know I am streaming. Cool. Alright. Just say something to these players here. Alright. Yeah, so I guess, like, maybe doing Stronghold Nomads could have been a thing, too. Maybe there was a cultist scheme here. You would have gotten lots of early workers, which is nice. I guess you just ignore both of these events. You just do 2 temple stuff. You expand, you hit the track hard basically in the last 3 rounds is how you would do cultists here. Because this, if you did, like, it would be like temple, some dwellings, another temple, maybe a dwelling, hopefully a couple dwellings on shipping, then, like, I don't know, just 4 TPs or a sanctuary or something. Yeah, it's like, and then try to do towns. Yeah, see, Chaos aren't really going to be able to town very well. Swarmlings, also non-landscape Swarmlings don't town very well. Swarmlings will probably get 2, maybe 3 towns if you, but one of their towns they want early. Landscape makes it a lot easier. If you have a big game, you can do 2 towns, or sorry, 3 towns. But still, then like you need a big game, and you probably still want to found one early. So you need a big game, and you can get 2 at the end, just fine. Swarmlings are probably okay, but Swarmlings may very well have a 2-town game, one that they found like here. Especially if they get both their sanctuary up as well, like they're gonna be founding like a 2-key town here, and so they just take like an 11-pointer or a priest in this round. Fakir, and then Chaos Magicians are like pretty bad for towns. They don't build towns very well on this map, and they again kind of just want to kind of play a little bit culty. I think we just go Darklings here. As lame as that is. On 1 temple. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Yeah, and there have been some pretty cool cultist games that I've seen where people have sort of done like single temple, and then basically their next structures are just like they're just building all of their dwellings before they really do anything else. And sometimes they just do it on Earth 1. It kind of seems not that interesting because you're basically just like templing for Earth 1 and then just like spending the next few rounds spamming out dwellings. But that actually might honestly be a way to do that here as well, if cultists are in or something. So who picked what? Rusty, Meeple, Toss, and Fakirs. They're both bidding on Swarmlings. That's fine. I'm glad to see Swarmlings go down. Let's look at starting locations. Fakirs. Swarmlings. Darklings are either here or here. With Swarmlings in the game, there's a lot of pressure from the community to go C1 Darkling stuff, because this is where the Leech Party is going to be. But when you get cut off, it just creates so many problems. You need a double dig later and a bridge, and usually this town is awkward because you don't have neighbors. I'm not in love with it. Something I'm definitely against is when Swarmlings are D2 and you go C1, also going E5. So the way I would put this is probably you're going E10 to either draw Chaos here or just be an available neighbor for them later when they finally make their way over. Yeah. It's like E10 and then one of these, but not both, basically. Anyhow, I think I'm okay just bidding Darklings a little bit more. So the question is, where would I place in between these? Chaos is kind of screwed, actually, if I don't go E10. I say me, I don't know if I'm playing Darklings, but I'm just trying to plan out the Darklings game here, because I'm probably just going to bid on them for a while. I think they're, like, Swarmlings are just generically an amazing faction. Yeah, I wouldn't want to bid Darklings down like a crazy bunch more than Swarmlings. So as long as other people are like taking points off Swarmlings, I'll just sort of stay on Darklings for a bit. What was I saying? Yeah, so Chaos, if like I did do like G5, E5, C1, like pick 2 of the 3 of those as Darklings, where does Chaos go? They need to go here or here for a neighbor, or they go here and they just assume that this gets taken pretty quickly, which is a reasonable expectation. If Darklings and Fakirs go here, Darklings are single digging this first action at most high level tables, and if they don't, then Fakirs are like digging at first action because it's just super strong. So maybe if Darklings does go here, if there's Darklings Fakir stuff here, Chaos might just go here, assuming that they would have a neighbor by their first turn. It's kind of risky, but I actually might if it was like a strong player at E5, G5 or something. So anyhow, Chaos might be here is my point, but you might see some weird stuff with E3 Chaos. You could see G2 Chaos, or you might have a decent chance of actually dragging Chaos over to you with E10. So am I trying to talk myself into e5, e10 for some reason? Why is that good? Seems good. I don't know why I hate c1 so much. I just think that early leech is like nice, but it doesn't always happen. Because where's Swarmling's other structure going? I mean, I haven't even factored into this Eastern equation that Swarmlings are probably just starting here. Maybe people go here. Is this sort of the old school? And how good CM and Fakirs are. Yeah, so that's a good point. I might not evaluate that as well as you are, chickens, but let me take a stab at it. You can tell me if I'm incorrect. An E10 placement is much better for Darklings, I think. Just provides them with another neighbor opportunity. However, the other thing I was thinking about is like E8 is pretty safe from Fakirs as long as Fakirs don't get E6. So actually maybe Chaos wants to start D4, wants Darklings on E5, and wants Darklings to single dig this action, because if I secure this from Fakirs, they're not getting over here until they get a range town, which is probably going to be in like round 4. So maybe actually Chaos wants E5 Darklings. Is that at all a thing? And then if Darklings don't go E5, then Fakirs are better. So E5 is good, kind of, for Chaos in a weird way, and not good for Fakirs. C1, E10 is, or G5 or something, is what Fakirs would rather you have, I think. I'm not sure if I've got that right. Yeah, I mean, I'll just bid. I don't want to... Yeah, I think these players aren't as like as experienced. Rusty Meeple, I recognize this username. Okay, so Rusty Meeple's pretty decent. That's good. He's probably beat me before. Okay, yeah. Here I'm talking 1 hit on 3 games and it only shows 2. That's confusing. Anyhow, so we've played twice. Brand new player, at least to this site. Just played a bit. It's okay. Yeah. So maybe they are kind of expecting that. At least these two. Swilk away. Swilk, I think I'll refer to them as on the stream. So Swilk and Rusty. Oh, Rusty's Canadian. Cool. Might have that kind of read. I think Worker Power's probably just better for Chaos. But I can see them just wanting to take Priest. I often think Worker Power is generically just a better pass tile for most factions. However, there's cult stuff going on. Some people overvalue cults. I lean towards E5, actually. Ryan. Now the question is, the downside to E5 is that 3 towning without getting somewhere else is tricky. So like E5, assuming Swarmlings don't do like weird E4 stuff or something, like this is pretty straightforward. So this is your Sanctuary town, and then you've got the East, and you got to avoid Swarmlings, but you can figure that out and take some stuff. So that's the second town. From at that point, it's kind of like you need some shipping, and you need a neighbor. And there aren't really neighbors here other than Fakir's Late. You know, you can 2-ship from here, or just dig this in 1 ship and dig all this stuff. Like that's doesn't seem great. You come up here, like 3 towning late is kind of questionable. Like Fakirs are going to be all over this hex. No one's up here anyhow if you do beat them. Like this really is another town spot probably. So yeah, third town is going to be kind of challenging. I mean, I guess it's what you would want to do there is you'll just two ship and try to dig some of this stuff up and bump up against like Chaos and Fakirs. That's where your next town is. I think Darklings are just better here. I mean, for round 6 towns, like Chaos and Fakirs are just not going to round 6 town very well. Like, forgot about the East. It's tempting. Okay, actually, no, Ryan. This is my rant on ignoring the East. Is that with yellow in the game, you need to first action dig e6. Okay, I'll try to. Okay, so if you go c1 e5, if yellow's in the game, yellow goes on f3 basically in every game regardless of the yellow faction. And so you go e5 assuming you're going to first action dig e6. Okay, so now you have a stretch of 3 hexes, which means your Sanctuary needs to go down there. If your Sanctuary is going down there, your round 1 temple is going down there. So suddenly you've just gone c1 e5, and yeah, you're sort of getting some leech, but it's only a level 1 structure. Right? The old way I was told to play C1 was like, build your Sanctuary here. You've got Swarmlings, you've got Nomads, Fakirs, they're building up, you build up around them, a classic Leech Triangle party. So you're sort of being part of the party, but you're busy over in the center carving out your town, and then you just end up giving other people Leech. So that's sort of why I find that a little bit awkward. I'm leaning towards E5, E10, me as well, yeah. That's where I'm leaning as well, chickens. And I'm hoping Chaos... I'm inviting Chaos over to D7. So, it doesn't really matter the order. I guess I go here. So that Fakirs know they can just go on both of these locations. Oh, maybe there was... no, this still makes sense. I want to see... Oh, I have to place before Swarmlings do. I haven't talked about the Swarmlings consideration. Yeah, it's also awkward. Well, there's a bunch of awkward stuff. So, problem is if I go here, of course, and I first action dig this, if Swarmlings get double dig round 1, they can take this and this. And I don't have another priest. I don't have any other recourse. Now, there's a possibility I'm getting another priest. I think priest is probably worse than worker power, but I'm just imagining this chaos player taking the priest and wanting to like rush the air cult or whatever. And so I end up on worker power, which is great, but it does just mean I have 1 dig. Yeah. So G5 is kind of safer from Swarmlings because at least you can recover a town around here. Can always take single spade. I think I'll have priest tile, but I don't really know with these players. Alright, screw it. I'm going to go E10 and see what happens. This might not even be G6 Swarmlings. It's not really that good. Well, nothing's really very good for him. He's not getting a neighbor anywhere. Maybe he just goes D5, assuming Chaos is going to be on D4. I don't know what I would do if I were Swarmlings. I don't have the mental capacity to think about that. I'd just go G6, and I would just chill. What am I talking about? You just go G6, and you just upgrade around D2, and your sort of lone wolf town is in the southeast. D5? Yeah, I'm sort of... Oh no, okay, it is G6. And I think this probably is D7. I mean, it kind of has to be. I mean, it's pretty risky. Well, it's not too bad, because I guess the thing is, if you start on d4, even if Darklings did something to, like, single dug e6 to black and decline build or something dumb, you could still probably, if you're on worker power, you still just open single spade on e7. So, I think probably this is just d4. So I kind of am hoping I get that priest. Because it disincentivizes Swarmlings to try to go f7, because I can just turn e1 to black. I mean, it's bad for both of us, but which makes me think that if Swarmlings get double dig round 1, that they just go c1, d1 anyhow, and not mess with me if I'm carrying a second priest. So these guys are chatting about something. I think this Rusty guy wants to do some funky stuff. Stronghold Fakirs. I mean, I guess the thing about a Stronghold Fakirs is, like, that would allow you to delay your towns. And there are coins in the pass tile. I don't know. Okay, these guys are, like, just sort of chatting openly. That's fun. If I wasn't distracted with the stream chat, I would probably chat with them more. Okay, so d7. We do have d7. Chaos. So I assume this is just the spade, although he's talking about going stronghold. I don't know what that means. I don't know how to open stronghold with Fakirs. You want the big building tile, I think. Yeah, opening stronghold with Fakirs just uses all your resources. You have 2 coins and no workers. So then you just have your pass tile. So, like, I mean, sure. Alright. I thought Chaos was taking the priest. I wasn't expecting. Smokey, take the spade. He really wanted to start G2. I don't really get the G2 stuff. Don't think Fakirs are digging E6. No. So we just get a spade. So that's, like, a lot of fun. Because I'm in second seat. So now I just have double dig. Sure. If I have to. I don't know. Fakirs want a stronghold opening, and so the way to do that is to take the priest for some reason. I don't really get that. I guess if he opens stronghold, then he can take a worker. Then he can, like, take a worker's action, or just, like, convert 3 power. Even if he gets 1 leech, he can, like, convert to a worker and fly somewhere. So it's like stronghold 2 dwelling, end of round 1. I guess that's. Oh yeah, I need worker's action. Oh yeah, Fakirs are probably taking the worker's action if they get enough leech. So I'll take it as quickly as I can. So they don't have a spade for E8. They don't need a spade for E8 if they open stronghold, Ryan. Fakirs, they just fly there. Each 6. Yeah, no, it's totally true. I mean, I still need to take it. I don't need to take it first action. is a reasonable point. I doubt they hard dig e6 first action. That's probably my paranoia thinking. So I think I just upgrade e10. It gives me a little bit more leech. Actually, no, I think I do just take this. I don't want him to get any ideas. I really do want this hex. This doesn't give him the power for a worker's action. My temple has to kind of go over here anyhow. So. Chaos just took the workers. That makes sense. So So I don't actually think I can use this priest to dig down a dwelling, because as it stands, like, I don't think I'm getting much leech. I probably get, I could probably get 3 power over here. But I need to convert. I need to, like, 3 worker convert to get a temple out. Even with losing the workers, yeah. Like, what I want to do is dig d8 or dig e4. Like, I kind of want to dig d8. That comes with 3 extra power, but it's not... I would then be at, like, 12 power equivalent. No, I would get... I'd be at 2, 4, 6, 11, 1. And I'd need to burn, like, a shitload of power to get 2 workers back. So though I'm gaining extra power by getting in on a leech party, it's too inefficient for me to then burn back. So what I'm getting at, and I still think my temple and sanctuary go here, so what I think I'm getting at is that I'm building a sanctuary here, I guess, on e6, or a temple this round. And then I'm not using my priest this round. Yeah, I could just double dig f4 later. That is the dream. Yeah, forget. Yeah, f4 is pretty broken, actually. If I want to connect, I might actually just end up digging this stuff or something weird and connecting down here, as opposed to going up and around. Anyhow, yeah. So it will get a little greasy if Swarmlings do try to double dig this. It's just going to be bad for them and me, but they will have power for double dig this round, and they are going to double dig. It means that I'm just going to hold on to my priest, and I'd have to, like, dig this. But probably just fire one. I'll have to count my workers to see if I need earth too. I mean, it does, I mean, you know. I'm only getting 1 dwelling out in round 1, and I missed a worker's action. Some kind of short workers there economically. Well, sorry, those are sort of the same things. I'm gonna spend 3 power on 1 worker as opposed to 4 and 2 in the first round. So that kind of suggests Earth 2, but yeah, well, it depends on what pass tile we're taking. So it also depends on where double dig ends up. So if I just go Earth, Oh, yeah. Yeah. The problem is, so I'm getting, if I temple, he temples in each sanctuary. So he's going to give me 4 more power, which is, yeah, the equivalent of 0, which if I burned all that off, it would be the equivalent of 016. So I have 2 workers worth of power. If I converted 3 down, I'd be 313. So I'm basically a half a leech short of a worker's action next round. But I will have a priest. So I might take fire 1. Swarmlings don't take this. I send a priest to fire. I get leech here. I pass on to 7 coins and I take a worker's action. And all that miraculously happens. Or air 2. But Air 2 does give me the flexibility and comes with an immediate other worker. I really only need Earth 2 for like a round or 2 to get myself going, and Air 2 is Earth 2 for a round. Alright, let's go some Earth 2, Air 2 stuff. Yeah, it's basically a riskier fire 1 that comes with a free worker at like a life support stage in the game. So 1 extra worker on round 2 for Darklings when they basically spend their first like 2 or 3 turns just building up. For those who are newer to the game, like Darklings start out with less resources, they have less workers, and they and they spend a lot of money really quick. They're building one of the most expensive buildings in the game like immediately. So they start with very little, and then they just like kill themselves to get this building out. So any extra boost early to get them off that life support kind of situation is like really helpful. So this 1 extra worker is like big stuff. Now, if I get the first priest to fire and these coins, sanctuaring for fire 1 is actually kind of attractive, because then we're cooking. Double econ does seem good here. Having said that, if I can pass for 7 coins and take a worker's action, I have 2 priests going into the next round. I can also build a sanctuary for Earth 1 and just get out 2 more dwellings and sanctuary. Well, yes, sanctuary 4 dwellings. So I think it's just Earth 1. I also think if Swarmlings want to double dig F7, there's not really much I can do about it. I can dig E1 to black. I think I don't do that. I think what I do is I just let him be sort of annoying. I take 7 coins, I take Act 3, I Sanctuary for Earth 1. He doesn't want D8, probably Chaos doesn't. And then I just do this and this as my next dwellings, and then once I'm, later on in the game, like chewing through these things and this stuff. So if Swarmlings wants to do this, it's probably going to look like this stuff and this stuff. So, which is possible in this cover wheel. Yeah, they might take it. And actually just gives me some leech. It's not actually any worse economically at the beginning. It's a little scary if Chaos Magicians misinterpret what's going on and think they need to double dig D8. But if they just allow me to be a neighbor here and do this stuff, and my towns end up just being this and this, that's probably okay. And then maybe this is a town down here. This is a lot of digs. It's 3 digs. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if it's risking. If it's the risk I'm so much concerned about chickens. It's about counting my favor tiles. Yeah, it's a new thing I'm on, AJ. I'm slightly anti C1. I've decided. I don't know. I have to flesh it out before I can get as opinionated about it as I would like to be. But there's something there. Oh, look at this. Swarmlings just did normal things. That's fun. Alright, I'm just passing for 7 coins and 2 workers. Yep. Seems okay. You're a C1 believer. So my rant, roughly speaking, AJ, which I won't put everyone else through on this stream, is that C1 is totally fine if there isn't another leech party to be had. It's, I think, generally always fine. Even if it's not the best, I think it's always very fine. I think what I don't like, and what I've noticed people do, is going C1 or and E5. I see people go E5 in a matchup with yellow, like the yellow and blue stuff. And then first action digging E6, as you do, and then you have yourself 3 hexes. So then your sanctuary goes in the center, and then you're like, oh right, but what do I just do with C1? And everyone builds up around you, and you get 4 each in round 1, which is fine. But it's not like when you have a trinity of sanctuaries, or strongholds, sanctuary, whatever up there. Yeah. And it's also just slightly more annoying without temp ship in the game. Because any of the early leech you get, you end up just spending later in like a bridge and a double dig here, and then you don't have a neighbor, so it's only 1 TP, so it's either an expensive TP or a fire 2 and a double dig and a brace. It's like, oh god. Now, if you can just upgrade Sanctuary here and just go ham, and people just upgrade against you, and you pass on to temp ship and just go across the north, for sure, that's the dream. You basically just have 3 towns. You've carved out like 3 towns pretty much in like by the end of the second round. But yeah. What did people do? So Fakir's got cold feet on the strongholds. They just went air 2. So they just did it more. So they did reasonable things other than this priest. Oh, they sent a priest to air, and then they just bought another priest with their power and sent it to fire. I mean, it's kind of fine. I mean, here's their worker production that they get from not building dwellings. So their economy is going to be okay. They're passing on to worker power. They have a ton of power and workers. Yeah, I don't know. They need spades. But they just get double dig next round. That's probably fine. Oh yeah, Chaos had to burn quite. What did Chaos do all last round? I guess just took a worker's action? Just yammering on so much I didn't really see. He's complaining about having burnt so much. He burnt 5 power tokens. Oh, 4 to take the workers, and then he had to single convert a coin to get a sanctuary because he started on worker power, which is why he ends up with a worker left and 7 power tokens. Yeah. So there's a lot of power in this game. So all the air 2s are gone, and then it's also swarmlings who have basically air 2. So that's fun. I think this is going okay. I'm just going to flick the heat down slightly. Yeah, it's totally fine. That extra worker is pretty helpful though. The extra worker is pretty helpful. Well, yeah, because actually what it is, it's even better than that. Air 2 is totally fine. Is that it allowed me to take 7 coins as a pass tile without any hesitation or concern. And Air 2 is getting me a bonus worker and the power for a worker's action. As it turns out, it might... it actually is exactly the power for a worker's action. So it can't quite be evaluated as 2 workers, but it's a worker through Act 3 and a worker through the air track. And those early workers as Darklings are helpful. Yeah. If Air 2 only is 2 coins, I never get a 7 coin action for the rest of the game. The fact that it gave me 2 free workers at the end of round 1, and including the beginning of round 2, it's totally done its job over Fire 1. So... it's probably just a priest for Swarmlings. They didn't open temple. They probably just want to get the first priest to water or something here. Unless he's doing math and he needs like 3 extra coins or something. But who gets the coins next round? Because I'm actually taking... I think I'm taking workers. It just allows me to get a monster economy going early. But I'm spending all my extra power, not on coins, but on workers, and then spending all of the coins that I do have building dwellings for more. So I'm just like going all in on worker production. So yeah. Anyhow, I'm going to do the worker thing. There's no big building tile in this game, so usually that provides some extra workers into Darkling's economy, not even just in the beginning, but throughout. I'm not sure that I had the power to do it, AJ. And if I did, I think the main concern, because I've already forgotten any of the justifications at the time, but it probably would have had to do with fear that someone passed on to 7 coins. Basically. Yeah, it was some first priest to fire ideas around. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, and the main thing was just like getting this pass tile. So, what are Fakir's up to? Second Temple? Are they going to surprise us with a Sanctuary? Are they just going to do normal things and take double dig when they can? Send their priest off somewhere for power, take double dig, and get another temple? The difference, AJ, is it's the coins that I need to end Sanctuary for dwellings. And also burning power tokens. So there's also a concern of mid-game you will inevitably, well, mid and late, but starting roughly mid-game, you'll lose power and have inefficient power accepts as a result of burning power tokens down to 4, which is fine as Darklings if you need to, but if you can avoid it, it's good, particularly when you're playing Air 2 Darklings. So, yeah, I think that's it too. So like not wanting to burn down so many power tokens when I had Air 2 and securing this pass tile, and this pass tile were an important extra few coins. So I think this is just Sanctuary. I think it's okay for it just to be Earth 1. Rusty Maple really wants to go on an experimental line. I'm just going to play with 2 buildings for a while. Okay. Possibly chickens. The question is it's by the end of the game, what's the difference? Because there are a limited number of favor tiles with Darklings, and I'm not up to be building temples for just 3 steps. There isn't like an extra favor. So it's possible, but it also means not a water 1, or it means not taking Earth 1 at all, or it means not taking water 1, or it means, because I'm already planning possibly a fire 2 game. So it's not so the math is I don't think is ever quite as simple as, well, you can just take it later. Even if that's true, that like there's 6 copies of Earth 1 in the game. You can just have one whenever you want. It's still 1 extra favor tile that gets bumped. So then it's like, okay, well then you didn't take like water 1 when you would have, or fire 2 or whatever. Yeah, AJ, for sure. Yeah. I still think I take this hex this game. And so I think I take this hex as well. Now maybe I take this hex just to get free leech from Swarmlings, but like I think if I'm connecting, so I connect here, and then I probably take this stuff. So then I want this hex, which means I'm doing this stuff. And I've got a neighbor here, and then I need 1 other hex. I can take this hex, but I can also just come down here and build a dwelling, even this round, and just give Swarmlings 2 power now in exchange for 1 power later. I don't know. Connecting in 3 towns is a point in favor of double econ. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and not only connecting it, I think the way Fakirs are playing, they just built a sanctuary. I'm always suspicious of building this building too tall before you have secured this, or at least E3. But anyhow. Yeah. If we sent that first priest to fire in round 1. Yeah, fire, it would just be that extra bit. So I need to dig down 2 dwellings. One of them can be this, and I'm just giving Fakirs a bunch of power. But based on their current state, I think that's totally okay. And then I need to dig something else, and it's one of these 3 X's. It might just be E11, not to give anyone any power. This just gives me 1 free power income at some point in exchange for 2 to Swarmlings. That might actually be an okay trade. Okay, so that was a single spade. Oh, and he's going to burn a token down. So I'm actually super okay with giving him this power. So I think my dwellings this round are going on E4 and F7. Yeah, yeah, getting a temple is going to be interesting. Yeah, Chaos are basically just going to want coins. Like, they have a spade, and then they can just ship pretty quickly to a lot of things. So they're going to be all over coins. Fakirs, you'd think they'd lay off the coins, because they just really need digs. But Swarmlings just need coins. So There's 3 factions that all have basically heir 2 that basically just want a lot of coins. So I think I dig this now, oddly. Well, except for that's giving him, he has 4. No, that's actually giving him a coins action next round. So maybe it is just this. And then it's this for Fakir's. This is going to give Fakir's double dig. Right? 6, 7, 8, 9. No, it won't. Yeah, if I can get a coin action, like, does Chaos have shipping? Chaos doesn't have shipping. I think Chaos upgrades shipping this round and builds another dwelling. I think they have 2 turns left. I think Fakirs really want double digs. I think this is a priest to a cult. And then I just come over here and give him the rest of the power he needs. So is this just a priest to fire? Because then that is double dig. What did he take as a second favor? Earth 1? Okay. So Swarmlings are just passing for this, probably. He needs coins pretty bad. Although there's a town coming. And a town has power, and power is coins. Maybe Swarmlings just has a short round. They just take this. They upgrade a trading post. They get a town. They send some priests off. And they pass back on to whatever. This is also super juicy for me. This is pretty nice. Call to Veritrack. So Fakir's definitely wants double dig. So I'll get a power here. And then I have so if I pass first, if I pass after Swarmlings, I think Swarmlings passes for the TP bonus. I think I build a dwelling here. I think Chaos builds this. Oh, he still had to do that. Okay. Anyhow, I think there's a line where I get this dwelling bonus next round and a coins action. And then things are kind of silly. I mean, it'll be an interesting question of where my dwellings go next round. Anyhow, I'm not thinking about a hypothetical line based on a hypothetical pass tile and a hypothetical power action. What did Chaos do last round? Oh, spaded down a dwelling. Okay. That kind of makes sense, to be perfectly honest. Because he could have stayed in the round and used his power as coins and got 1 extra dwelling. But not 2. So, staying in was worth a worker for him. You disagree with some of my plays? Okay. Like sequencing or the E11 build? It's all semi-logical to me. Sorta, kinda. So because I don't have the dwelling bonus, it's probably a dwelling and a TP next round. The TP for the temple I'll build in round 4. Yeah. Okay, so I think this is just a pass for call coins, and I don't get a coins action. Because Chaos must be wanting coins. I think. Regardless of the power action I get, it doesn't change what I'm passing for. I can, if I do dwelling, well, I only do dwelling TP if I get the cult coins anyhow. I don't really want to use my powers coins, excuse me. I want to save it for a 7 coin action. So I think this call coin is just okay. Second dwelling. Pretty sure you would have. Yeah. When did you there? I may have been supposed to do that, but there was a. I may be remembering history incorrectly. That's always possible in my own games. Yeah, it's just call coins. Oh, I know. Okay, this is good. I was sorry, AJ's thing and then another thing. So I think the reason I didn't send a priest to fire is because I was holding on to my priest to ensure that swarmlings didn't double dig F7, and so that I'd have to cut them off on E11. At one point, I realized that maybe I didn't care about that too much, because then I realized I was probably carving this stuff out anyhow, so maybe it was wrong. But that's sort of why I was holding this priest sort of to sort of, yeah, secure, have tempo on a hex. Maybe I should have realized that sequence, that I didn't really care if Swarmwings came after me. And then just done fire 1 and the first priest to fire. That's possible. It took me a while to figure all this stuff out. Yeah. Because usually this looks pretty bad, but I mean, usually also there's people here doing things. It's just a strange color wheel, I guess. Yeah, so I was holding it hostage. But you're right, I did have a lot of time because it was Fakir's. Fakir sent a priest to a cult and then bought a priest and then sent another priest, so... Yeah, possibly that should have been the line. And then you would have built another dwelling in round 1. You just would have burned more power. Even if it meant getting the cult coins instead. And then... not having... Yeah, I think I would have ended Sanctuary 3 dwellings into round 2 or something. Yeah. You don't need the workers action. You take a coins action. I end with 1 less dwelling at the end of round 2, but then I do get the spike in workers here. So, yeah. Makes sense. Yep. I'm already trying to start thinking about how I'm getting to the next spot that I'm building a town. And I have 2 digs, and I'm going to have 2 digs next round. So I'm going to have 2 digs next round. I'm going to have 2 digs in round 4. I won't have 3 digs until this round. And I'm not towning up until round 6. So if I want shipping, there's no temp ship. I'm going to pay for it. There's no temp shipping. There's no ship towns I'm going to take. So I think this turn I'm double digging F4. And I'm building a trading post here, or here. And then this becomes a temple for water 1. Chaos might take this. Maybe I should just secure this. It's a double dig versus a single dig and a bridge, and this comes with a neighbor. I think I take E9 this turn. I think this is coins. I don't think he needs double dig. Unless he's taking E9. I don't know. Swarmlings, I guess, do want spades this round. Yeah, he just takes coins. I think that makes a lot of sense. And I think I do just take E9 this round. Which would be kind of annoying if someone took that. So I can just do that now and then TP here. That's pretty much my round, and then I would love to pass on to spade and get a coins action. You know, this common Darkling's town, guys. Obviously. So this is double dig from Swarmlings. He just needs spades now. Unless he's just shipping up here and just doing his TP. It's also unclear when Swarmlings are building a sanctuary, or I should be more specific, when are they taking Air 1? There's no big building bonus, there's no big building round, and there's no temple round. So I guess it's still just a sanctuary. Sanctuary is just cheaper. Well, not really, because the trading posts are free. Maybe he just temples earlier. I don't know. He's not rushing a town here, and this stuff is safe, so I don't really know what Swarmling's play is here. Probably just getting this priest to Earth off isn't so bad, unless he's trying to ship up here. So the next round will be temple for water 1. It's probably 2 trading posts. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, CM's up to stuff. Well, that's nice. I have coins. Look at that. I mean, I can also temple this round. So I'm getting extra power. Well, actually, this might be the end of the power. So I have 7 coins, which means I can safely use 3 of them. I must be counting something wrong. Yeah, I think that's true. So I temple without getting any more leech. I just have 5 power tokens here. So I could temple. My power income would be back to 4 and I wouldn't have a coins action. So that seems bad. Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe chaos gives me power here. Maybe it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's these hexes. Yeah. Oh, or maybe I see. He's on dwelling bonus. He single digs. Right? 2 ship. He'll have 9 coins left. So maybe he doesn't single dig. I don't know. Yeah, he's getting a bunch of dwellings. So, kind of okay here to pass for probably the spade. Pretty much any time. Stormwing still have an action. Chaos have infinity actions. Fakirs super don't have any actions left, and they also have air 2. I mean, they have a priest, and they can do weird stuff if they really want to. But I think this is Darkling's out. And I think I'm converting 2 power to 2 coins. Okay. Yeah. So I'm getting 5 power income. So that would be full power. This could allow me to accept 2 for 1 in case I get it. If I don't get any power, then yeah, I'm 0-2-5. So I just pass here for the spade because I'm still valuing 2 coins over 2 points. Yeah. So all that seems good. It's a little tall and chunky, but I think it's okay. And so next round I'll have enough stuff to go coins, temple for water 1, dwelling, TP. TP. That'll use all my workers. I'll have some coins left. And then I'll have 4 worker production. Going into a dwelling round. Which is enough workers to build out back up to 7 dwellings in this round. I think that's okay. I have 3 digs next turn, and I'm only using 2, which means I'll carry forward a dig into this round as a priest, and have 3 priest income, so I also have 4 digs. So that's 4 dwellings here. Yeah. Anyhow. Fakirs haven't flown yet. So that's cool. Sorry, this game's running kind of slow. I went live as the table popped. Been live for an hour and 10 minutes. And people are still in round 3. What else is going on, people? There's only so much game planning I can do. You going to bed? Fair enough. I mean, I think I've planned out the end of the game, basically. I don't really know how it will shake up, but ta-da! Chicken's probably already has all the points counted. He knows I'm at 146 or something. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I think a lot of the interesting decisions have already been made, for better or for worse. The question is now, like, sequencing. Do Swarmlings dig F5 randomly, and I have to do expensive shipping later? Do I miss all the pass tiles? And do I get every single coin action until the end of the game for some unknown reason? Like, you know, the game can certainly fluctuate in how good it is for me, but in terms of how it's going to come together, I think it's pretty solid. Famous last words, but I don't see anything crazy happening that would cause me to be like, connect through the north or something. Like, I think all that stuff's pretty straightforward. I'm taking the sweater off. Ugh. Chaos is still in the round. He's at 1 shipping, and he's, oh my god, he's still here. Alright, let's check arena standings. Yeah. What's going on? Same bunch of guys still at the top. How many days left this season? Can anyone recall offhand? I think there's only a handful of days left or something. Oh, Chaos built on A12. Okay, so Chaos didn't upgrade to a second ship, so he's not doing like a hard dig and getting these guys or this and this or something, which I thought he might have done. I'm not sure how much that really changes things, but he valued, oh, I guess this makes sense. He values getting this last priest. I guess this must have been his last priest I thought he might have used for shipping. It must have gone here. Yeah, so comes with an air spade, which makes a lot of sense. What are these guys chatting about here? Is this error 1? Yeah. So I'd asked earlier when Swarmlings were getting the second favorite tile. And it's round 3. So as opposed to building a sanctuary, which you generally do around here, yeah, building another temple instead. Which means probably the sanctuary doesn't come out. Chaos probably just passes. I mean, the only other thing he can do is like hard dig E8. So yeah, he did. Okay, so that was a pass. And I don't really know what he's taking. He doesn't have neighbors for TPs. So if he takes the TP tile, it's kind of just a block for Swarmlings. It's probably just worker power coin. No, priest. It's fine. Swarmlings probably sends this priest off. I think he'd just send this priest to Earth. Oh, I see. Okay. So he just uses priest as a call bump on air. Fair enough. To get 2 spades, presumably it's here. He knows I can single dig this. So this is E2 for Fakirs. I don't know where Fakirs uses his other spade, though. Maybe he just turns F2 to gray? I guess he could turn out F4 to kind of annoy me. Which annoys me a little. It's not. This is interesting. Fakirs might. I don't think he's double digging F4. I mean, in either case, I'm taking coins. I'm seeing how all this shakes up. I'm taking coins here. Fakirs could double dig this, or this. If he does it, then I'll just take this gray hex. I do have 3 spades this round. This is only annoying because I have 1 less spade to carry forth into this dwelling round, so I won't get all my dwellings out. So it is, yeah, it's annoying. Chaos has only 1 shipping, so Chaos can go here and then dig this stuff. So I have time to take coins, and then take one of these gray hexes. At this point, I probably do just take E7. From F4, you can reach a single dig hex on 1 ship, so in theory on like 3 priests, which is now what I'll have going into this round, I would upgrade shipping and do 2 dwellings. On 3 priests, I would upgrade shipping 1, 2, 3, I would get 3 dwellings out. If I take this, then I upgrade shipping, I have to dig this. I actually get a dwelling less out by disrupting chaos. Intuitively, I should just take E7. But it actually makes my dwelling round in next round much more awkward. E7's not even that great for CM. Yeah. Fair enough. They'd have to double dig C3, yeah. Alright, so I think I just take this hex, next action. And then I take water 1. Which I do 1. I wish this game would speed up a touch. I say that usually being the slowest person at most tables and being a streamer that adds 8 minutes of time, but I'm finding this game slow, so it must be really slow. So yeah, the sequence then is securing F4. Look. Templing for water 1, TP TP. I have enough power for a coins action already, so if I can just pass onto this pass tile, that seems pretty good. I'm going to be out of coins because I'm going 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'll have a coin left. Yeah, so this would probably be worth 6 points. I think next round, if I get this pass tile and another coins action, which seems like a tall order, but it's possible, I have 3 more turns. I would upgrade shipping and take 3 hexes. I would have enough coins for that. And more importantly, enough priests. I don't really get, well, I don't know what's going on here. Is this, I guess he's just carving out of town. This is like a 3 dig and a bridge situation with fire 2. So if my next round, if the end of this round is, so like temple, TP, TP, so I have 3 dwellings, which gives me 4 workers, I can build 3 of them. So next round would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dwellings at the end of the round, so this is worth 6 points. And taking this over this is, it's 4 points worse. So this is giving up 6 points for 4 coins, which is very expensive. Whoever passes first will likely take this pass tile and the coins action anyhow, and then if someone's first in line and can take coins, then I need this pass tile for the coins. So it kind of makes the decision easier, because I'll just have to take this, and I'll need it, because I won't have a coin action. So yeah. There's not really a ton I could do. I do need this temple for the digs. After that, I could consider just building 1 TP this round only. I'll have slightly more coins than I think, because I'm not factoring in 2 TPs worth of income, which is 5 coins. So, yeah, and yeah. Also, this leech is totally cool. So I'll just do water 1 now. Yeah, well, I have to do it now because I'm building trading posts next. This guy's saying he might have to drop the game. I understand people not necessarily expecting 10 more minutes? I can understand sometimes people not expecting that like games are going to be as long as they are, but you do sign up for the clock that you're assigned to. Like, these are the rules. All of these players are entitled to all of this time, so that's what you're signing up for. Generally speaking, people don't use this amount of time, but there's only so much you can get angry at people for taking too long, because, I mean, the game rules say this guy can think for another 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so, like, these are just really expensive coins. Yeah. The problem with this, though, is it says maybe 10 more minutes, which would make this game an hour and 36. So, the problem is this guy just didn't give himself more than an hour and 36 minutes to play. Yeah, slow games. If we were already like 2.5 hours in, I'd feel a little bit more inclined to agree with this guy, but really he's saying that, yeah, he only gave himself an hour and 36 minutes. So his problem isn't that people are being slow, because like even if we had a normal-ish speed game that took 80 minutes, he would still run into this problem. I don't know, I should probably be having this conversation with these guys, but I kind of just want to do my own thing. Turn-based? I don't know how turn-based works. Sure. But Arena finishes soon, so we don't have that many days to finish it. Yeah. Alright. I won't be a grumpy pants. Anyhow, that's distracting. So options are building another TP for 3 points and more coins, or just passing for the dwelling bonus in a coins action. I converted it to a blitz. That's an option. So who has what left here? Now we're out of time. Fakirs are finishing up the round, and it's a dwelling round, so they're going to take this, and then they'll take the coins on me. So I think just passing for a coins action is actually better, and the dwelling bonus. Building another TP changes my economy. It's 3, which is one thing, but it's 3 points. 3 points I wouldn't otherwise get, but this is just a bunch of points. I think just the pass now. Yeah, this feels like a lot of passing, but I think this is okay. I don't know. If I could build the TP and know I could pass with the 7 coins, I think this is correct. Yeah. Decline. Ah, 20 is a little bit of a tall order. No, it's not what his name is. Yeah. Alright, what are other people doing? Swarmlings are building a dwelling up here, I assume. Yeah. Hasn't used his stronghold action, so that's going up here. So Swarmlings are trying to just carve out 2 towns. Which makes sense. I'm not going to be up here mucking about with this hex. He probably just takes this stuff. Chaos is probably up here in case he needs a neighbor or something. Alright. That's reasonable. I do need to better appreciate people who have normal schedules that they need to follow. Can't take this, decline. I'm not opposed to going async, but I'd rather him do that than just get this game over with. So this is an interesting play from Chaos, choosing to go just double trading posts as opposed to trying to get out another temple this round. I kind of like it. I think it makes sense. I can't imagine Fakir's overtaking Water 1, so if it's important to Chaos, you can just take it next round or anytime in the game later. However, Fakirs are playing so tall that Water 1 would have been a better favor for them than Earth 1, it looks like. Now he might try to expand next round, but yeah. Alright. The Swarmlings have passed. No idea what they're taking. Spade, maybe? Alright. Probably Fakirs just want the spade, unless they want to take that TP scoring. I don't really know. Imagine a spade in a dwelling round has to be correct. And then he can just get these dwellings down. That's got to be his round. Spade in these dwellings. That's exactly what he has the resources for, basically. Like, on, Rusty. Yeah. It's got to be just up here. Here and here. Thinking he was getting a spade this turn. So my next move is just upgrading shipping. And then I have 2 priests left. So I need to dig this hex so I can reach this natural black, and then I have 1 other dig. This makes sense. I also can just dig this. I'm gonna have to want to connect off 2 ship and not 3. And so I don't, because I could have built a TP here last round and then just towned up in round 6 with fire 2 or something. But because I don't have a TP there, I can just build this dwelling. But if the Fakirs are down here, I do want to secure this. What am I talking about? So yeah, it's upgrade shipping and then build this. Hopefully before Fakirs get here, so that I get the free power. And then I'll just secure this before he digs it like next round in case he has any wise ideas. And then just build on this hex. And then if I get enough power, I might actually just take a priest and build out another dwelling. Yeah, I certainly do that. So my round has 4 more turns in it. It would make it 6 more turns. Basically, getting this extra dwelling down is 3 more points that I would never get in the game, plus a worker. I mean, this is pretty nice, obviously, so once I get these 4 moves down, I'll have to consider whether I want to just pass for this if it's available, take another coins action, or if someone's already passed for it, and I can just get one of these coin tiles anyhow, then it's probably taking a priest and getting this guy out. Shipping. Often in games, like, even if I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot and I've talked through what I want to do, when it becomes my turn, I often do just take a second to stare at the board again and be like, did I miss that someone, like, is threatening a hex that I didn't see, or what am I missing? Just to do, like, a quick scan, but I'm also just kind of want to move this game along, so I'm not really going to do that. You probably upgrade Diggs' Chaos, as opposed to double dig. Right, because that was 6 coins, so he had 18 coins this round. So he could have spent 10 on Diggs and just gotten out a bunch of dwellings. Yep. Makes sense. This is a pretty late spade for Swarmlings. Oh, I see. C3. Yeah. C3 and then potential more dwellings. Yeah, for sure. I mean, because now, Swarmlings are threatening C3. I'm just taking this, which makes sense that Fakirs went here to get the free extra power. He doesn't have a spade, so I8's not threatened. Any single spade's gone, doesn't have power for it, but I'll still just take I8 first. So Chaos do have a pretty solid network game here. Swarmlings are probably not connecting. I mean, I guess there's some wacky world where they try to do stuff here, but I don't imagine. No, they're just going to be building their towns up. Fakirs have 8 structures, which, it's the same number of structures as me, but I just have much larger economy and what looks like 3 towns coming in, so I'll just take this. So Chaos needs a double dig that Swarmlings can muck with, and a bridge probably to town, unless he's planning on like digging this somehow and this. I mean, I'm sure Chaos finds a way for 2 towns, but he's going to want a bridge pretty soon. So, yeah. Swarmlings might just pass here. What else are they doing? He's overproducing priests next round. So these priests are workers or cult bumps or advancing shipping or something. I think Swarmlings probably just want to down convert their priests, pass on to this, and take a coins action. And just be pretty happy with these towns. He's got lots of workers. It's just short coins. I guess Fakirs are just 2-towning, maybe with fire too. Taking a ranged town and something else. Fakirs might be Swarmlings to the 2-key town. Fakirs probably fire 2s and 2 keys and wins air and fire next round. Yeah, so now I'm in no rush to finish this round, so I would love a free power for that priest. And just build out my economy, because if I could get another dwelling down, I would also build another TP. Maybe. Although actually another TP isn't amazing. Yeah, I'll do this first. Yeah. So I don't have Air 1 right now, so building a TP costs me a point. And it costs me a worker, so I'm paying a worker and a point for 2 coins and a power. So it's not great. So the question that I'm thinking right now is like, if I don't actually see why I would get any power from anyone, to be honest, unless Chaos wants a temple for some reason. Which you might. But anyhow, if I don't get that priest, there's no real good way for me to build out my economy. Like, I can build TPs, but again, I'm just converting workers and points to coins, so it's not really a net benefit. It's just a change in my economy. And kind of a slightly expensive change into my economy. So then the question is, what do I do with my resources? I mean, one answer to that is I can build a temple for Air 1, which gives me another priest going into the next round, and priests are points and always good. I can also build a trading post which will lose me a point on the dwelling scoring and gain me 2 air 1 points. So a temple followed by a TP would be all of my resources. And then only 2 coin income going into the next round. And a net benefit of 1 point. And then basically converting a worker to a priest. Doesn't seem amazing. So the other thing I can do, it feels awkward, but I think I'm just passing now, and I think I'm passing for the priest. I mean, the other option is I build a TP and I see if Chaos temples, and if he does, then he builds, then I can get the priest. Oh, the priest is gone. Yeah, if the priest is gone, there's nothing I'm really doing here. I'll just take the priest. It comes with a coin. It's just better than the spade. I don't need the extra power. Yeah, it does feel kind of awkward, but... And yeah, you can let me know if you think that the Air 1 TP line was just better. But, and yeah, this is what I'm going with. It's a lot of resources to afford, and I'm not particularly developed right now. But I've had some expensive digs, which has slowed my game down. So this was a double dig, and this was supposed to be a double dig, but turned out to be a triple dig. Early when this happened, when Fakir's put this here, I mentioned that it was going to be annoying, and that's what we are feeling. If I had an extra priest, it would be a pretty easy dig and put a dwelling down to get 2 more points, and then build a trading post. Yeah, this round. So that's what was sort of supposed to happen. But Fakir's rushed up the air cult, had 2 air spades, and then nothing really to do with those spades. So, yeah. Okay. So how many more priests do I need this game? I mean, one option, and this is probably the worst, but is I double dig this and then connect off 3 ship. So that would be 4 more priests, which I have. Better option is taking this, and this hex, and just not upgrading ship at all. 1, 2, 3, and I need 5 priests, so I need 1 more priest. The question is here, do I even need Fire 2? I think I do, yeah, because these all would all need to be trading posts. I could do it with Air 1 by building, so temple for Air 1 and then a trading post, and that would be a town. These would be dwellings, which would become a town, and then 3 more trading posts here, 1 which would be expensive, so it would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'd need 24 coins. The other option is Fire 2, which would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So taking Fire 2 basically allows me to just take high VP towns and just build these structures, and that's my game pretty much. Which means I would just Fire 2 right now. And now I'll Fire 2 here. I'll Fire 2 and take 2 priest towns. I'm just going to double check that I have the resources for that. The old turn calculator. So Darklings, temple for Fire 2. I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digs. I don't need any shipping because I would connect off one ship. Swarmlings don't have advanced digs, so they're not going to muck with this most likely. And then I would just need 2 trading posts and 3 dwellings. So I need 26 things, of which 9 need to be workers. So this is 24, so I have some extra stuff, and I have lots of priests because I'm going to take 2 priest downs. So I just do this. I do this. Oh, I'm only taking 1 priest down. What am I talking about? I'll dig this down next or something. So I think I just take this next and take another priest town. This hex is pretty safe. I guess Chaos can take it, but I mean, he's trying to do his own thing. Chaos here basically needs a double dig and a bridge. And a copy of Fire 2, or just, I don't know, we could probably make it work without it. Do I want this 2 for 1? Let's assume I do get another priest town. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say I build a trading post and then another dwelling. Right, so let's say it was like a priest town and a coin town. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No. I think it's another priest town. It's a coin town. And then I'm just digging another hex and just making as big of a network as I can. Yeah. Building 4 more dwellings. So that's having 3 structures left on my board. Am I getting to... Yeah, I guess 14 network seems about right. Which beats Swarmlings, beats Fakirs, and I lose to Chaos. So this is 9. 27 points. 36. 41. 51. 61. 63. So it's 144 plus cults. So 144. Probably winning. This Fakir's player has more points than I'd expect him to. I guess he's done scoring points. He also doesn't have a pass tile. He has 25 cult points, 6 networks. That's like 31 plus whatever this stuff does. Some flights. Yeah. It's possible that I don't beat Fakirs by more than 10 points here. Yeah. I guess Fakirs probably, hopefully, lose one of these cults. Like Earth. That'd be nice. I would assume he's just building dwellings here and here. He did... Oh, he didn't take a range town. What am I talking about? Huh. Okay. So I thought there was 2 keys in a range. I wasn't even paying attention. Interesting. I'm just doing this. because I never trust my own math. I just constantly recalculate as I go. So my next move is a TP followed by a dwelling followed by a TP. And yeah. Yeah, so I think a coin town to just get all this stuff down makes sense. So I'd be getting 3 more dwellings down, 1, 2, and then here, I guess. Just about hitting the 2-hour mark. So this stream will wrap up in 2 hours 20. It was long, but it's not. I don't know. I guess it's pretty long. It's not like it's going to be a 3-hour game or anything. Alright, so I'm just building a TP. Just looping back to earlier arguments in the stream about taking double econ and my concern about it bumping other favorite tiles ahead. That will only really make sense if you're listening to the earlier part of the video or we're on the stream then, but I guess just to lend credibility to the counter argument from my position of the sort of going double econ, probably this whole sequence would have looked like 3 towns without fire 2. So it probably would have been air 2, fire 1, water 1, air 1, 3 town. Just to sort of circle back on that argument. And this is water 2. Oh, okay. Everyone took fire 2 except for Swarmlings. That's actually really annoying for Swarmlings. He can build this town. But then he's going to need to build, not only is he going to need to pay for a TP, he's going to need to build an expensive TP. So maybe he actually builds a non-expensive TP here, and then he'll use his stronghold ability down here. Anyhow, I'm securing this X, because I need it. Right town. I don't really know what people's networks are going to look like, but I feel like a coin town's worth it if it allows me to get out 2 more TPs and 2 more dwellings. I mean, the coins aren't doing all of that work, but it's got to be okay. So it would be TP coin town and then secure G4. Not that it's under any particular threat, but still. So it'll be TP coin town, double dig dwelling, and then I'll see who I want to give power to, but probably I'd rather give Swarmlings a 2-for-1. And then that's it. One thing that's interesting about this configuration of pass tiles, because I didn't use a cult bump once this game and I didn't take any cult towns, 2 keys, 8 pointers, anything. And I just have this lovely little 2 steps in every cult. I'm guessing they'll be worth probably 0 points. Well, maybe I get a point on water. Yeah, I guess I get a point on water. Fakirs probably have something better to do with that priest. Maybe? Although I don't know. I don't really know what Fakir's endgame is here. Looks like he just wants... I don't think he can get any more dwellings down. So all he can really do is, like, use this priest for a flight. And, like, hard dig and decline build for 4 points. Or just save the dig as a resource and use it on priest as a bump on water. Greater Ed, cool. So he did do that, which makes sense. It's just more points. It's converting a resource point and a cult bump, which is a point to him. Delta 2 to me. Yeah, to 4 points. So if this is a coin town, I get out a trading post and 2 more dwellings. Yeah, 3. Yeah. So next move is just to finally officially secure my connection with the dwelling that I have. Paid for, Swarmlings paid for this trading post. Yep, so Swarmlings gets his towns. What did he take? Just took the 11 pointer. Makes sense. So all he needs to do is build a dwelling, he TP's up again, get some more workers. Alright, so I'll just secure this. Just a worker town from Chaos. It's probably just a resource point with his power. Swarmlings probably also just take a worker town. Right, so I'm building... how bad is Chaos want another trading post? Not a ton, so I can give them this leech. I don't think there's much you can do with it. Yeah, he declined it. It's not enough for his temple. And then he'll pass. He'll pass before... yeah, he passes now. So I'll just build on d6. Give him a 3 for 2 again once he's passed. It's not really clear to me that I won this game. I feel like I had a lot of decent breaks and made some good decisions and got 3 towns, earth 1, water 1, but it just didn't hit pass tiles. I got 3 towns in the town round. I don't know. Oh, I'm taking area. Okay. That helps. Okay, because I was concerned about these trickle of points that Chaos had over me. But yeah, if I just have area on him, Chaos might, or Swarmling, at worst these are 3 points against me. This is 3. This is also, this is 2, is 5, 7. Yeah. Sorry, my system's being a touch slow. We're almost at the end, folks. So I just have a point on cults, plus 18 points of network, so that's 153. Oh, you guys queued into the same arena game? Sick. Alright. Go watch AJ's game. Actually, we're gonna... Swarmling still has stuff to do, but... see if my browser can handle a second Terra Mystica game. I think this one's fine. Yeah. Chaos has a resource point. He has 12 network. He has 2, 3, 4, and 2. So it's so Chaos comes 5 points to me. So it's not. I mean, I guess the thing is like this wasn't super strong for them, but they still managed like 2 town stuff and hit some pass tiles. I think I only beat Chaos here by 5 points. I think Fakirs are like 138 here, and then Swarmlings are just not doing so great. Oh no, Fakirs are in the 140s because they have network. Yeah. I won't peek at AJ's and Chicken's game right now during the stream, but I'll probably head over here after I wrap this up. So yeah, so this was fun. It was definitely a weird one. Fakirs kind of did better than I thought they did. Chaos, I guess, did better than I thought they did, but they also had a pretty... I mean, it's always kind of broken for Chaos. The downside of starting over here is usually you just don't get this stuff, but I just was able to come over here and take all these hexes. I guess that's the thing. Fakirs played such like a strange game that Fakirs didn't like hop and dig and take this red hex or this hex, you know, so he was just able to get away with some extra stuff. Yeah, Fakirs gave him the world. Yeah. And then I just had to do some expensive stuff. This dig was a little annoying. Probably only like a couple points annoying, but you know, you can take a look at the thinking time. Yeah, this guy was the one who was like really slow, 45 minutes on the Swarmlings player. I was actually the second fastest. This is fast for me streaming. I just had so much thinking time. I'm surprised it was still 23 minutes. Got some decent leech, sort of mid-game. Scored good off the track, as you would expect with doing 3 towns. Didn't score so great off the track in the mid-game, so I just sort of made up for it with like 15 points in the last round. Favorite tiles I obviously did pretty good at, just Earth 1, Water 1, and getting to 14 at work. Pretty straightforward. Didn't do bonus cards hardly at all. Yeah. Took high VP towns. Priest, and coins is pretty good, and then managed to eke out area scoring, which is really nice. So, yeah, anyhow, it was an okay win. It was kind of a slow game, but it was fine. Thanks so much for sticking around for so long, everyone. Been live now for 2 hours and 15 minutes almost, so I'm just gonna let these folks know that I was streaming and where they can catch the VOD and stuff. Alright, I think that's it for me now, folks. Once again, thanks so much for sticking around for so long. I'll let you know in the Discord and stuff once I have plans for more streams and open tables and all that kind of good fun stuff. But go head over and watch AJ and Chicken's games. I'm probably going to do the same thing now and cheer them on. So bye for now, everyone.